Hey y'all, welcome back for another episode with your girl Sonia B and our complex conversation. Man, it is Saturday morning. I'm getting ready to get some running around done to prepare for my Saturday. But I had to jump on here real quick because I had to tell y'all a funny story. Now, some videos ago I talked about red flags. I even wrote a book about the red flags in relationships that women or men choose to overlook. So if you haven't checked out my book, The Silent Wife, a story about me understanding why marriage didn't work for me, check it out on Amazon. But in either case, one of the many red flags, especially in my last marriage, was just about the conversation the person has, which speaks a lot about, their character, how future conversations would go, things of that nature. So I went on a date. With this individual. We talked on the phone about a week, right? I was in the area. I said, sure, after work, let's meet up. Well, I'm going to give him a pass because LA has a lot of traffic. However, not everyone in LA is late. Think about that. So it's all about planning, preparation. So we were supposed to meet at 5:30. 5:30 comes and I don't hear from the person. 6 o'clock rolls around. Now I'm hungry. Originally I wasn't hungry. This was not supposed to be, let's eat. We were just going to meet, have a drink, and talk, right? 6 o'clock rolls around and I call. Hey, where you at? Oh, I'm just making it here. Okay, well now I'm hungry. So we're gonna go to a restaurant close by. So we go to the restaurant. And let's just say that this is not a fast food restaurant, nor is it a 5-star restaurant, but it's a steakhouse nonetheless. So you want to have steak at a steakhouse, or you have some meat of some kind. For those who come with kids, they might have macaroni and cheese. They may have a couple of hamburgers on the menu. He went right for the hamburger. So I'm watching, in my conversation, I expressed, that, I seek to broaden my horizons, and I would hope that the person that I choose to partner with would like to do the same. But he instantly went for the hamburger. But he studied the menu for a long time. And I thought it was because of the engaging conversation. It wasn't, because who was doing the talking? Me. I was asking questions about family relationships. And out of curiosity, I said, why does your brother live with you? How come your brother doesn't live with his wife that you keep mentioning that he's going to her house? Oh, I don't want to tell my brother's business. Okay. I am one of an inquisitive nature, so I ask many questions. And just to get this out right, I said, what's your crazy? Because we all have some level of crazy, right? Somebody who is psycho is not going to tell you, well, I'm completely psychotic. I will stalk you and roll past your house at odd hours of the night and call you. No, they don't tell you that, but eventually they show you that. But you should be able to speak on your level of crazy. Me, my level of crazy is don't lie to me. Be consistent. Don't tell me you're going to do something and you don't do it. You do something else. Or you tell me you're going to do something and you don't let me know that there's a change of plans. My attitude changes a little bit. You'll see it in my face. You hear it in my tone, and I'm going to talk about it. So that type of crazy. So instead of answering a simple question with an answer, he answered with a question. Well, what's your crazy? And you can see the attitude in his face. I was like, oh. I said, so how quick are you to anger? Oh, I don't anger fast, and then when I do get angry, I just turn it over to God and ask God. Now, hold on. I do believe in God, trust God in all his ways. However, I've not met anybody perfect, and I not striving to meet a perfect person, but really you can't deal with your emotion. So you just go with a safe answer. Okay. Now I'm noting this. Now I've fallen for this a time or two before, but this is what I was talking about in the beginning. Those red flags that we choose to ignore. If you're going to ignore the fact that in conversation on the phone, as well as conversation in person, that an individual cannot articulate their thoughts or feelings, if they don't express their emotions in a healthy manner, or they can't answer a question, and you can see the attitude. I'm looking at you because I'm watching your face and I'm listening to what you say. Actions, words, gotta match. Not matching. Red flag number 2 for me. Number 1 was looking at the menu. Did I say that? Looking at the menu and going for the simplest thing on the menu, a hamburger. Anyway, even with my kids, I strive to we go to a restaurant, someplace new. Let's eat something that we haven't eaten before. When you're cooking at home, let's cook something that we haven't cooked before. Conversation was forced, which I don't like. Yeah. So when we end the date, I was willing to just pay. I was hungry. At this point, there was no connection. There was no need for us to even converse any further. And he always wanted to do video calls and you had to connect with me here before I'm gazing into your eyes. It was just all off and all over the place. So as we exit the establishment, I said, he paid, by the way. I digress. He paid. I said, since you paid, I'll leave the tip. He puts his credit card on the table. And he says, how do we pay? Really? I hand the credit card to the waitress. She brings the receipt back for his signature. And he's looking at the receipt like a little baffled. I said, what's the matter? Something seem off? Well, did she take it off the card already? I cannot even fake the funk at this point. I said, yes. That's why it's back with a line for your signature. It's off your card. He signed it. I left the tip. And when we reached the parking lot, I said, you know what? I really want to thank you for dinner. Oh, I got to go home now? You ain't got to go home. You got some Christmas shopping to do. There's plenty of malls and shopping centers and outlets around. Feel free to take part in that, but I'm out. Anywho, red flags, folks. People out there in this cuffing season trying to hurry up and cuff somebody, and they are doing it by any means necessary. And if you think going to a restaurant, not knowing what's on the menu, not being able to have a conversation, answering questions with questions and attitude is going to get you a cuffing partner, think again. It's cold, but it ain't that cold. And I'm a fluffy girl, so I'm good. I just wanted to address these red flags. What red flags have you encountered that you've encountered before? Because believe me, them things going to roll back around. I firmly believe that those red flags come back in another form, another person, another shape, another color, just to test you to see if you learned your lesson the first time. I'm sorry. I fell for the flag on the play 1, 2, 3 times. I'm a little wiser now. But it is funny watching them flags wave. Baby, when I tell you, don't you fall for them. Don't you fall for them red flags. Okay, dogs are barking. Time for me to end my video and get on with my day. Leave your comments below. Let's see what red flags you've been avoiding. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Peace out.